Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the fencers and referees of the final match of the Junior and Cadet Fencing World Championship, Cairo 2021. This is the final for Junior Team Women's Foil. The United States of America, fencers, Tieu, Maia Weintraub, Scruggs, Zander Rhodes, and Russia, fencers, Dari Malysheva, Vitalina Anaschenkova, Adelina Bikbulatova, Angelina Kononova. Thank you. And the referees for the final match are Jeffrey Delatre, Bessel Inagod, Andre Kovrishnik, Ahmed Malbouhani. Referees, please start the bout.
We are back. We're back at the 2021 Junior and Cadet Fencing World Championships from Cairo, Egypt. And we are about to start the gold medal match of women's team foil, junior foil, with the USA versus Russia. I'm Serge Timoshev for the FIE. We're here with Mr. Peter Bouchard, president of USA Fencing and fencing foil and epee master. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you very much, Serge. What a thrill to see two matches in a row between the great fencing countries of the United States of America and Russia. I have to say that I'm slightly prejudiced for the USA, but I'll try to stay neutral on the commentary.
Yes, thank you, Peter. But I understand. We're the FIE. We want everybody to win.
Oh,
whatever that means.
So Lauren Scruggs on the left with Bikbulatova on the right for Russia. Both very strong fencers. Been watching them all weekend. Attacks off target by Ms. Scruggs. She's been world champion before in the cadets, I believe. And a kind of very repost by Lauren Scruggs hits. 1-0 US. And the attack misses, and the counterattack good, so Bikbulatova scores for Russia and ties it at 1. And the attack by Bikbulatova hits, says Mr. Ilnagad, but Lauren all had a light on, Ms. Scruggs had a light on, and she has asked for a video replay. As we've explained.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, please. As we've explained to two referees in this match, we'll look at the replay together in secret. There's not visible to anyone else. They'll confer and come to the conclusion, and the strip referee, in this case, Mr. Ilnagar, will have the final authority on how it went. So attack by Ms. Bikbulatova is ruled to be correct, and they're ahead 2-1.
Russian girls, 16th place in the junior individual competition the other day. 2 days ago, Lauren Scruggs taking 5th place.
And Lauren Scruggs taking the blade and tying the score with 2.
Going to 9 rounds. This is the first of the 9, each up to 3 minutes.
Look, we've already had a weapons change here.
Seems to be the night of the weapons change.
True.
U.S. women's foil coaches over there. See Sean McLean over there. Of course, he was a big name fencer in his time, got a national champion title in both foil and epee.
Lauren Scruggs attacks first and puts the U.S. up 3-2, but Bikbulatova comes right back and ties the score at 3. The attack from Ms. Scruggs does not hit, so Bikbulatova is able to put Russia ahead 4-3.
Yeah, spectacular match in saber on the night of men's saber with Russia and Egypt, where Egypt won the gold medal against Russia in a stunning win.
It was stunning because it was the first time an African country had ever taken a team or any world championship medal, I believe. A gold medal, I mean. So that was really historic. And it's off target.
I understand the Prime Minister of Egypt sent a congratulations to the team after that.
Yeah, so you can tell what a big deal and that is for Egypt. And they're so gracious to host us here in Cairo during the pandemic.
Well, it'd be like the winner of this match getting congratulations from Putin or Biden.
Exactly. Let's hope it happens. I mean, you and I both think fencing's that important.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. El Nagar judges that Ms. Scruggs was first, had priority, even though both lights went on, and therefore the score ends after the first match of 5-4 in favor of the United States.
Now on to the second round of 9. Maia Tieu, of course, the gold medalist from the junior individual competition the other night, against Ms. Anaschenkova, who took 7th place, both top-level junior fencers. So this should be a good encounter.
That's for sure. So Maia Tieu is a Princeton student and came up in New Jersey. I watched her grow up. And she was just something. World champion this year. Anaschenkova looks like super tall and super strong. This time Ms. Tieu danced out of the way of her attack and was able to put a one-lighter on and put the U.S. ahead 6-4. And the reprise of attack by Anaschenkova is off target. No change in score. Mr. El Nagar has judged that the attack started exactly the same time with the same priority, called simultaneous actions, no touch, no priority, no touch. Attack off target. Ooh, counter riposte by Anaschenkova. That was amazing. Right in close. The parry riposte by Tieu and a counter riposte by Anaschenkova. Recapture the blade. Pretty amazing. Feet attack by Tieu.
Arrives.
Yeah, puts the U.S. up 7-5. And this time, Tieu tries to dance out of the way, but is unsuccessful. Anaschenkova scoring that attack. And the second time, the same thing. It's just they came in. Now the score is tied. And
requesting a video review by Tieu.
yeah.
Let's see what it's.
She's not satisfied.
Like.
I mean, she has a beautiful lunge, there's no doubt. But to me, Anaschenkova begins the action.
Initiated the attack.
And therefore, even though she's kind of short, she's got to pull her arm back slightly because Tieu is coming like a locomotive. But I think since she initiated, as you point out, and carries the attack through, it should be hers. But we'll see what Mr. El Nagar thinks. So he has more say in it than I do.
Is it, as a referee, is it an embarrassment to have to reverse a call?
It shouldn't be, because fair play is what we're all about. However, people feel a little embarrassed if there's too many. That's for darn sure. Oh, he did reverse.
I mean, I would think an experienced referee knows, occasionally you make a mistake, right?
You should know that, and you shouldn't make it about you. It shouldn't be an ego thing. It should be about the fair and unbiased adjudication of the fencing.
Another request for video review.
Yeah, so she's able to go 2 in the same match because her first one was upheld, so she's retained the right for a video challenge.
She gets 2 reversals. That might start, I would think, getting at your ego a little bit.
Yeah,
as a referee.
Could
Not that a referee has a
confidence.
big ego. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, so this was not reversed.
Right.
And
stands at 8-7.
Anaschenkova gets the touch. Up, and the final one is counter parry repost by Anaschenkova to tie the score at 8.
Single light.
Anaschenkova tries to reprise of attack there, and she had priority, but she just missed. And I think it had to do with the change of body position where Ms. Tieu actually jumped inside and made her go past. So, U.S. up ahead, 9-8. I think this is going to be a lot like the last match, where everything's going to go touch by touch by touch.
End.
Yeah. It looks like it to me.
Well, that's kind of what we want.
True.
Nobody wants to just endure the last 5 rounds of a blowout.
Well, we saw that in our first couple, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
We want excitement to the end.
Oh, attack is short. Mr. El Nagar says that the Russian never stopped.
She has no more reviews, right?
Nope.
Well, it's over.
Now the American coaches are yelling that she did stop, and that's too bad, because as Serge points out, as you point out, Serge, out of challenges, can't really reverse. Okay, here's our next matchup, and the third round, we're going to 15 here, and
Maia Weintraub versus Dari Malysheva, and tell you a little bit about them. Maia came in 8th place at the individual competition. Malysheva, a little bit further down the list. She was... She was 35th place.
Oh yeah, so that's a difference. And Maia Weintraub is out of Philadelphia. And represents the United States, and she's fenced for quite a long time in the junior ranks.
And she's doing quite well though, because she's ranked 154th. So she's fencing above her level for sure.
Yeah.
Above
nice
her ranking.
remise to the back. You see how she went over the top? That was awesome. It takes a lot of poise to be able to find the open target, even if it's to the back and over the top of the head. That was pretty impressive.
Weintraub ranked 3rd in the world rankings for juniors.
Wow.
strong.
And there goes Malysheva, putting Russia back up. So I got to think that the idea here is that this is an opportunity for the U.S. to pull ahead again.
Pick up some points, yeah.
But Malysheva doesn't want that, that's for sure.
But
She's going to do her best to stave that off. Well, there's a beautiful disengaged attack at the end, pushing her back to the end so she has nowhere to go. And ties the score.
Dari post brings in another point.
Maybe. We have a challenge here. So I think her argument's going to be that after the taking of the blade, Weintraub goes back another 2 steps before attempting a riposte, and that gives Malysheva the right of way back. And she's going to hope for an off target here and not a point against. And the Russian coaches are like trying to see past the body of the referee into to see what the replay says. I see him staring in here. I would do the same thing. Parapost is good. He keeps his ruling. He upholds his own call, so it's 11-all.
12-11.
Oh, excuse me. 12-11. Maia puts the U.S. up by 1. Parry riposte, no. Counterattack, good. 12-all. So the U.S. coaches admonish Maia to let out her emotion by letting her voice out from her chest. And the counterattack is parried and the riposte is good. Weintraub puts the U.S. up 13-12. Yep. And the fencers are admonished to stay behind the line to begin. Oh, remise. So the Malysheva successfully made a parry. It's kind of stopped for a sec, thinking she'd hit, and then came the quick remise by Weintraub. And putting the U.S. up by 2 points. Is that the largest lead they've had? I mean,
they were ahead by 2 points a little while ago.
Okay, but gosh, you know, look how close everything is. So.
It's as much as they've had.
Yep. Oh, look, it's a weapons change.
Go figure.
I think that's bent too much. It's only a 1 centimeter bend from stem to stern allowed. Looks like more to me, but referee's letting it go. Okay, so the attack fails, and then the riposte fails, then came the remise, and Weintraub puts the U.S. up by 3, and that's what we decided, that this was their chance to go ahead because the other 2 fencers are so strong that, you know, that was their good chance to go ahead. And I think she's the weakest fencer on the Russian team. But here comes a super strong fencer, Bikbulatova. We'll see if.
Well, she's going up against the world champion.
Yeah, well, true, but you know, maybe she's not as tired. I don't know. I'm just thinking, she's super strong. I've watched her fence all weekend.
Yeah, they're both.
Too.
This is going to be a good. And if anybody's going to make up points for the Russians, it's going to be her.
I mean, just look at her garbage. I mean,
she has
she's
intentionality.
Ready. She is ready. That's the truth. Oh, I think we're getting a substitute for the U.S. Or maybe the Russians put in
I
someone.
think the Russians, like they're informing them of the change from
Yeah,
the Russian
there you go.
side.
So that's a rule. You have to inform the other team and the referee that there'll be a change in personnel, and you're allowed one. Yep.
Yeah, so that's what the alternate person is. Usually you have a 3-person team, but you can have one person as an alternate, so you have 4.
Not all teams have that.
No, some just have just the 3. They don't have the luxury of a 4th person.
And
Tieu trying to fight her way out of the box.
Bikbulatova, she's like daring her to come out, but not taking the bait. There's some definite respect going on there between the two of them. And she tries to wiggle out of the way. She's able to affect an invalid light, so no advance in score. And there comes the repost, but hits the arm. Off target, no touch. Bikbulatova has the right of way. Oh, and then her right of way ends, and now May takes over.
This lineup of these two is almost what you would expect to see at the 9th round.
Yeah, and exactly. Could be 2 anchors. So that was a nice parry repost by Bikbulatova, and brings Russia back by 2.
The final on this one is going to be Scruggs versus Anaschenkova. That'll be a good lineup, too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, that was a nice attack by the Russian, yeah, for sure. So we're going to 20 here, if we make it that far, because we're already under the 2 minute. Yeah. Oh, attack misses completely because she spun out of the way, but she was only able to put on an invalid light. So I think they each attempted to hit each other about 5 times apiece on that one. That's funny. What's he going to say? Oh, gives the attack for the 1 light. Finally put on a light, so Tieu puts the U.S. up again by 2. And attacks, parried, riposte, and then counter parry by the left and hits. So U.S. up by 3. Attack in preparation is parried, and then Ms. Tieu unable to put the repost on the valid surface. Hits off target. With a lot of help from Ms. Bikbulatova. She doesn't want to be hit anymore.
No.
Oh, she's frustrated because her blade is like
couldn't
wrapped
get her way
up.
out of
Yeah,
that.
she couldn't do it because Ms. Tieu was holding on to her blade like really, really tough, and she couldn't get away. Did not result in a touch against her, but it was frustrating for her because she was sure she could get that touch. Oh, now she's managed to damage her weapon. It looks like it no longer functions correctly. Oh, let's see. The referee demands that it be changed. He doesn't want to mess around. And guess what? It's another weapons change. Albeit not requested by the fencer. Attack misses, counterattack good. Bikbulatova spins out of the way and puts on a one-lighter. So I think, oh yeah, it's only one light anyway. Tieu coming forward, and then Bikbulatova making a very quick jump inside, but she never stopped the initiative by Ms. Tieu, and therefore the valid light is in the U.S.'s favor.
Not a whole lot of time left in this round. Not sure if we'll make it all the way to 20.
True.
Another strong attack by Tieu, taking it to 19.
And now she's admonishing her coach. Tell me what to do. I don't understand. But Tieu is able to make, and she might make 20. Off target, remise. The repost does not hit, and Bikbulatova is a little frustrated here, I can tell. And she just can't reach her. Tieu staying out of the way. That time Tieu had the initiative but missed, and Bikbulatova, she likes to spin out of the way a little bit. We've seen a couple times, and she was able to do it right there again.
5 seconds.
Nope, didn't make the 20. Here's Scruggs against Malysheva. And Scruggs comes short, but then before Malysheva can muster a repost, she makes a remise and puts the U.S. up by 4 touches. So we're going to 25 in this leg, right? Well, there's some review going on. I don't know what the challenge is. I don't know what's going on. Oh, did she? I don't know. I can't tell. I think it's a technical thing. Maybe the clock or something. Okay, here we go. Well, this is the substitute. Kononova. Yeah. And once again, you can tell just beautiful technician, stands with great balance.
Kononova. 28th in the junior individuals the other day.
Lauren,
she's ranked number 9 in the world, so she's
pretty darn good. Lauren Scruggs is able to track her down and put a touch on her shoulder there. Letting her out of the corner and daring her to come after her. Nice distance there, and takes the blade and hits off target. And she's unable to make that second parry. Kononova is able to put in a counterattack that scores. And a beautiful straight attack. I think Scruggs was a little flat-footed right there. Taking the blade, keeping the right of way, marching her down, put her in the corner. It's a relentless march by the smaller fencer. So it's lefty-righty situation. And now the referee, Mr. El Nagar, has admonished Ms. Kononova to take her hair off of the valid surface of the lame there, and now we're ready to go again. And the attack by Scruggs is off target. And the parry repost by Scruggs misses. Kononova did a little kind of gyration to turning her body to make her miss and does a counterattack to score. So now they're only down by 2 touches.
About halfway through the middle of this whole match. Very close.
There's a great substitution, it looks like, by the Russian team.
Well, they probably had her waiting in the wings and thought they would put her in if they needed her, and I think they do.
Yes, they do. Take that blade and always trying to get the right of way. And then they attack without the blade, but not soon enough. Ms. Kononova has caught her flat-footed again and brought Russia back to within 1.
Always good to have a ringer up your sleeve. Not to mix metaphors, but.
And the size of, oh, there's a pair of ripos on the shoulder. She tried to duck in underneath, but Scruggs was able to catch her and snag her shoulder there. She tried to get down.
So USA still maintaining a narrow margin of.
Oh, and there's a reprise of attack.
One more.
Disengaging around the arm, lefty-righty. Very nice execution by the smaller fencer.
This is for the gold medal for junior women team foil. Junior women's team foil.
Mr. El Nagar has called an attack by Scruggs as valid, but before he can even get it out, the challenge came from.
Well, you know, if you've got 3 seconds left on the clock and you've still got a video review,
you might as well use it.
You may as well use it.
That's the truth. Yep. I would too. I mean,
yeah.
So it's not anything bad. But I think what you said also might be playing a factor. If he already had a few reversals, he might be a little nervous, the referee, I mean. But he gives it to Scruggs. 24-20 U.S. And the former world champion has put the U.S. up by a couple more touches, but it is quite narrow, you have to admit. This is not a done deal.
Lauren Scruggs, that's right. She was world champion, wasn't she? In which 2019? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was cadets.
Junior world champion?
Was it junior or cadets? I think cadets, but I don't know. I don't remember.
We can look.
World champion is world champion to me. And here comes for the U.S. Maia Weintraub, and for the Russian team, Vitalina Anaschenkova. And Anaschenkova is going to be the anchor leg. So this is the the final bout of the second rotation. And after this bout, we'll come down the home stretch. So this segment will go to 30 touches. So Anashenkova's job is to try to get 10 touches before Weintraub can get 6 in 3 minutes. Attack is off target. Trying to track her down, but she got out of the way. And then the very fast initiation by Anaschenkova is judged to be to have priority, and she brought the Russian team within 3. It's that impressive attack. And the repost just bounced off Anaschenkova's jacket, and the reprise was off target. And counter parry repost by Weintraub's off target.
Yes, Lauren Scruggs was world champion in 2019 in Torun, the last junior world championship we had in Torun, Poland.
And she was junior? Right on. So there you go. So she's a definite ace in the hole, and she's proved before that she's a tough competitor. U.S. team over warming up their substitute, it looks like to me. And the Russian coach is saying, what's going on? He's got his arms out in a sort of placating fashion. And Mr. Elnagar is looking, and what's his judgment going to be? Counter parry repost off target, and no touch. The attack is off target. Anashenkova trying to outreach her, but wasn't successful. And the parry repost, carrying the blade through the advance and disengaging and hitting. 25-21 U.S. Counter repost off target. The beat attack and the parry repost. And the attack misses. Counter-attack by Weintraub puts on a single light and puts the U.S. up 26-21. This is quite impressive by Maia Weintraub right here, because I think Anaschenkova is quite a strong fencer. Off target counter repost. So the taller fencer kind of reaches ahead to get the blade and stop Weintraub's counter-offensive, but hits off target. And yeah, the Anashenkova kind of stopped for a second, just in mid-movement, and then Weintraub was able to initiate and hit and put the U.S. up by 6. So that's definitely the largest deficit.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Time to tie your shoe.
Well, yeah, so you changed enough weapons, now you got to tie your shoe. Don't forget about the hair. The hair is coming. Parry repost off target. Thought her body was ahead of her hand there. And she invites the attack into preparation and parries it and hits with a nice repost. And 28-21. And the attack from the left misses, and Anashenkova is able to deflect the blade and make a counterattack that scores. Attack short. The taller fencers got out of the way. in preparation. She makes her miss again by kind of stepping sideways and having Weintraub run into the point. There's the repost with disengaged, looking for the parry, but not able to find the blade. She avoids the parry and hits 29-23. And attack is good. Weintraub trying to wiggle out of the way, but not able to do so. Anaschenkova scoring on a nice attack there.
So we're about a minute away from the end of the 6th round.
Weintraub making a nice reprise of attack and hitting.
That's,
yeah.
Well, now we're at the end of the 3rd round because we hit 30.
Right.
So we're, the U.S. is in a good position, but it's not enough of a lead that you can just, that it's just a given that you'll stay ahead, right? I mean, one good run at it from a solid fencer could close that gap pretty quickly.
Here comes Zander Rhodes. Is this a substitute? It looks like it is to me. Zander Rhodes, the U.S. substitute, is coming up here. She's from New Jersey, and she's going to be against the Russian substitute, Kononova.
Rhodes was 33 the other day. And,
I thought you couldn't fence when you were 33 in the juniors.
She's ranked 5th in the world, though.
Yeah, not bad.
So
that was a disappointing outcome for her, I think.
We're doing a tit for tat on the ringers.
Yeah, I guess so. Parry repost hits off target. At least she's so strong, Kononova to me. And they kind of tie each other up, get really close, kind of reminiscent of kind of the movies to me.
Oh, the classic
cinematic
bind.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So Rhodes.
And of course, the only way out of a bind is to win, is to release first.
Yep. Unable to do so that time, but then right after that, she made a nice attack and puts the U.S. up by 6. This time was initiated from the left, I believe, and hits off target, but we're going to have a video review by our referee, Mr. Delattre. So there's 2 referees, and they trade back and forth in a team event between video and strip referee. Mr. Delattre agrees with me, it's off target. And there's a counter riposte. Mr. Delattre adjudged it to be Ms. Rhodes' counter riposte, but Kononova is sure that she made the counter riposte, so we're going to see what they say on the video.
You want to be pretty judicious with just one video review in your pocket on these. You got to be really careful. You don't want to just throw them away because you might need them later on.
Boom, boom. Up and up. I kind of got to go with a Kononova. Let's see what happens. Oh, he reversed and said Kononova got the touch.
So it paid off. She still has another video review.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's upheld, you get to retain the right to make a review. Attack to the knee. And the parry repost by Rhodes misses, and the remise by Kononova hits, puts Russia back within 5. And initiated by Rhodes, single light, 6 touch deficit or lead, depending on your point of view. Attack by Rhodes, adjudged by Mr. Delat, the referee, and no challenge by Kononova. The mask cord came off, but she was very quick to put it back on. Tag off target. A beautiful parry repost by Kononova with a disengage. She's done those body feints, like she's trying to get Rhodes to finish so she can parry repost. And she was successful. Rhodes stopped and she went. So Kononova did a nice sort of body feint action that paid off for her. And now 5-touch deficit. Getting down to around 1 minute. Will we make 35? Probably. She does a false attack there, trying to get some kind of commitment by Rhodes. Not really happening. Rhodes is in the driver's seat. If she just runs out the clock, then she's fine.
Well, she's been hit a couple of times, so she's not going to just throw it.
Agreed. And that was Kononova's all the way too. I don't know. I mean, we just were talking about running out the clock, and then she did that. But
right. Well, and Kononova's going to be coming after her now because she's got the taste of blood, right? So she's. Rhodes needs to push a little bit, not just hold.
And yeah, Kononova got the touch with this, I suspected so. That Rhodes is out of videos for this matchup anyway. And she was put in for the beginning of the final rotation, trying to give the U.S. a little boost.
Well, I think that's the idea behind both these girls.
Yep. I really like the body feint stuff that Kononova does. She's got the right away now. She's pushing. Oh, she just gave it up. And Rhodes is trying to run out the clock, and she's doing a good job of it. Yep, there you go. So, is that 4 touches? So Kononova did her job, honestly.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So now we've got the 8th round, next to last round. Maia Weintraub of the USA against Adelina Bikbulatova of Russia. America leads by 4. In this round, we can potentially go to 40 points. So to a score of 40, so that would mean 7 for the USA and 11 for Russia. But they don't have to do that. You just want to be at the end of 9 rounds in the lead.
As big a lead as possible, I would say.
Sure, but you only need 1.
That's right.
So the idea here is USA wants to hold their lead, and Russia wants to close it.
Relentlessly marching down, trying to get territory, trying to back her into the corner. And who initiated? Looked to me like Weintraub did, but we'll see what Monsieur Delattre says. He's the one that counts. What an exciting match. I think that this is really fun. Nobody's willing to give an inch, you know.
It's amazing how engaging it can be to be disengaged.
Man, you got the lines tonight. Yeah, nothing up my sleeve. Oh, he says simultaneous. So there you go. So unable to decide. That's fine. Yep. Attack for Weintraub. 34-29. 5 touch.
A little bit ahead of the other one, so.
Yep, yep. Push, push, push. And she anticipated that turn and went to the back.
Right.
She angled her hand around. And
right, because that's been Bikbulatova's
Yep.
signature move tonight.
Yep, yep, yep. She missed with off target there. She definitely
I think she
caught
got
Maia.
buried off target.
Yeah, yeah. But she had Maia's flat-footed, I think, that didn't miss. They both missed their remises.
I think Weintraub hit herself.
Now, don't say that. It's against the rules.
Oh, I don't think it was intentional.
Right. Okay, so I thought Weintraub initiated that attack, but Bikbulatova was able to avoid being hit and hit. So did her job, that's for sure. Off target, I thought, looks like Bikbulatova might be getting a little tired. Her legs are straightening when she tries to get away. Who initiated that time? It looked like Weintraub to me. Arms straight and everything, and there was a little kind of herky-jerky from the right, but we'll see what...
Herky-jerky?
Yeah, yeah, she goes... She did
this is an international audience here.
True.
Not sure
what I mean is she made a little hesitation, is what I mean. She made a little hesitation.
Kentucky colloquialisms are going to resonate
excuse
worldwide.
Me, international audience, please excuse me. Herky-jerky, I'm sure, is not in the Oxford English Dictionary. Okay, I was right. So Weintraub is got a 6-touch lead. That's great for the U.S. team, and not so good for the Russian team. So her job is now to try to catch up and erase that deficit for the final anchor match.
Like that.
And like that, exactly. So make her miss and hit where she's open, which was low that time. Oh, she avoided the touch by leaning back, and she's pressure. And getting a big distance again. And Terry Repos in preparation. Wow, that was awesome. So Bikbulatova really played a great touch that time. Trying to erase that deficit. And remember, they can go to 40. I mean, she could even pull ahead here. Okay, that was fantastic.
Entanglement.
Yeah, but it looked like Bikbulatova was doing that on purpose.
Is there a
like
penalty for entanglement?
Yeah, I think that's T3. Ooh, off target. That was a bold move too, right there. Just come blitzing off the line like that.
Yeah. It's like what you see the Korean fencers doing.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. They're really impressive. And off target. That time she did that turn, and Weintraub's point wasn't there to meet her. And beat attack parry repost. Bikbulatova is able to make the parry repost and cut the deficit to 3. So she's definitely doing her job if she's able to hold this. And there's a parry repost down to 2. Very impressive by Adelina Bikbulatova. Attack in preparation.
Fencing's like gambling at a casino. You can be up, and then just all of a sudden, you got nothing. You know?
That looked like attack from the right to me. I said it was off target. Okay, he's not going to call it. And Weintraub able to catch her in preparation.
30 seconds
37
left with the potential of going to 40.
Yep.
It's been a busy match.
So there was one sound and the attack gets priority.
Request for video.
Right. And Monsieur Delatte thought that the Russian team, Spencer Bikbulatova, was had that beat attack, but she looked like she hesitated to me, and that Weintraub might have captured the blade. But we'll see what Monsieur Delatte says, because, as I said before, he's the one that counts. And he sticks with his original call, down to one touch. Putting out the effort anyway. Just hit off target. She did anticipate the turn, but she's a little low.
And the Russian
high
ties
score.
it up.
So,
as we
9 seconds,
discussed
yeah.
at the beginning, it might be close at the end.
True.
And it most certainly is. At the end of the 8th round, it is tied.
All right.
And we come to our final round, who will determine the gold medal for Team Junior Women's Foil. And we are going to see Lauren Scruggs against Vitalina Anaschenkova. It'll be a good ending here for someone. And it'll be a good ending for the audience, because it's going to be an exciting match. We'll see where it goes.
5 touches for all the marbles. Former world champion Lauren Scruggs against Vitalina Anaschenkova.
So let's see what happens here. Getting himself put together.
Yes.
We're off. Strong start by the Russian.
And Scruggs is able to put on the first attack and goes up by 1. And this goes to 45 or to the end of 3 minutes. And reprise of parry riposte by Lauren Scruggs, and goes up by 2 touches. And that time, Anaschenkova outreached her. And she's a taller fencer.
She is a
Makes
little
sense
taller,
to
yeah.
me. Yeah. Attack is good. Anaschenkova made the counterattack, and it's 2-touch lead.
Not in time.
Counter riposte. Yep. 1 touch. Time she was going to come up short, so she hit the leg, I guess.
At this rate, we're not going to go to 3 minutes.
True. It's fun, though. I mean, goodness, don't you want some action? I tell you.
I think we're getting action. That's why we're not going to go 3
I
minutes.
know, it's wonderful. Oh, Counterattack by the taller fencer.
What?
And the tie score, we got a 4-touch bout. That's it. 4 touches.
Very subtle touch.
And the righty pulled a lefty move on the lefty, closing her out and hitting the counterattack.
I used to love the winners of that day.
And she's not able to put the riposte on a valid target. That was a wasted opportunity, unfortunately, for Lauren Scruggs in the U.S. And Anaschenkova got away with one. And there's her riposte off target. So the Russians are wiggling and turning, and they're doing it effectively. She looks super confident right now, Anaschenkova. Yep, there's another one, same thing. Using her height and stop hitting. There's an attack by Scruggs, a little hesitation and go. And brings the deficit down to 1. And there's an attack by Scruggs that hits, tying the score.
42.
3-touch bout. And attack is good. Scruggs puts the U.S. ahead, 43-42. Now it's Anashenkova's turn. She's going to try to reach, and she just barely hit the off-target one.
This is where she's really going to try and use her height.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because it worked before. But Lauren is obviously aware of that.
Attack is good.
And it's 43 all.
Yep, 2-touch bout, ladies and gentlemen. Attack is off target. She tried to jump inside, but was unsuccessful. Luckily, it was only an off target.
Luckily for Scruggs.
Her, exactly.
Not lucky for the Russian.
That was an attack by, now they're both celebrating. They're both saying it's theirs. It'll probably come out to be simultaneous because it has been before.
Given to the Russian, 44-43.
I thought it was true. Oh, off target should be.
The pressure is on. And there it is.
Russians are world
wins.
champions.
45-43. Russia takes the gold medal. And the new world champions of women's junior team foil is Russia. And they are trying their best to celebrate using social distancing.
And it's not working real well.
But the COVID marshals are on top of them and are taking care of it. So there's a there's a tendency, but they're being careful.
So it's kind of a stunning victory. I thought the U.S. had quite a lead, and then
Well, they went back and forth, of course, because at the beginning it looked.
And the Russian team was able to pull it out, and you got to give them a lot of credit. It took all 4 of them to do it, and really impressive.